Yeah.
Here you see some of the musicians from all over the world that have played in this place.
Oh,
Can you hear that?
oh, by the way, yes, where's the music?
It's coming from the other side of the door here.
Oh. Wow, amazing.
Great. Vivian, this is Joe Longardner, an American jazz musician who lives here in Guangdong, and this is his son Jack.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for your performance. Oh, it's so captivating.
Thank you.
And just like our musicians yesterday, they are also father and son.
Oh, just like Gu Jin, father and son.
Yes.
Speaking of jazz music, you know, I really dig jazz. So I really have many questions for you.
Absolutely.
Because jazz is so popular worldwide, so I'm really curious about actually what's the origin of jazz.
Well, the origin of jazz starts at the beginning of the 1900s in New Orleans, in the state of Louisiana. And in New Orleans, there was a big fusion of so many different cultures, of the French culture, of the Spanish culture, and a lot of the African Americans that were living in New Orleans that were brought over as slaves from Africa. So the fusion of all of these different cultures brought us lots of different types of music, brought us blues, brought us the New Orleans funeral music. And over time, all of that kind of merged into what we know as jazz today.
So how many varieties in jazz, actually?
They've kind of grown and changed over time. And it started early days with the ragtime, with the collective improvisation, with the clarinet and the tuba and these types of instruments. And then it eventually moved into swing, where it's more of a dance music, and that was the popular music during World War II.
Oh.
And then it moved on into more artistic styles as bebop and hard bop, and it branched out all over the world into bossa nova in Brazil. And so jazz has been continually evolving and creating new styles within itself.
You know, one thing though that with all of these styles, one thing that kind of brings them all together is jazz has always put a premium on individual expression and the creativity of the artist. Somewhat like our Guqin master yesterday, people take the musical line that they're using and create on it and develop it further as they play. So it is a very individualistic and creative style of music.
It's a very expressive music.
Another thing about jazz is that because it draws from so many different traditions, it has a way of bringing people together. People hear their own tradition, but then it's expanded upon that.
The music has no boundaries. Even though you are from different cultures, you will love the same music.
Absolutely.
So could you
So-
show some
So let's do
show
something.
some rhythms of
Let's
it?
take the pre-jazz style of blues.
Oh, I really love blues.
And then I'm going to integrate that with swing. So if we're going to play something straight, like classical, it would be. But swing is going to go.
Oh, I got the idea. It's so haunting and melodic and also very smooth.
It's
wow,
smooth.
I really love the smooth music.
Oh, thank you.
So what about that bebop?
Bebop is way more artistic. This music was fast and it had so much vigor and it was fun.
Wow.
Very different
Wow,
than the,
very different,
than
yeah.
the blues.
Well, I think the characteristic of the jazz is that the rhythms are so irregular.
And as jazz has progressed into more advanced, let's say fusion styles of music, then the rhythms change even more and they become even more complex. And this is certain things that is very special about the music.
Yes.
Vivian, do you have a type of jazz that you particularly like, or a particular jazz song that you like?
I think one of my favorite jazz songs is What a Wonderful World.
Oh, Louis Armstrong.
Yes, Louis Armstrong. Yeah, because I really love the lyrics of this song. And personally, I also love their style, R&B, but you didn't mention.
Rhythm and blues is special because rhythm and blues evolved from jazz. So jazz is actually the bass music that rhythm and blues came off of. So there's a lot of elements that are unique to both of these, but then they also share a lot of commonalities. Like rock and roll. Rock and roll has also been influenced, comes off of jazz. So early rock and roll in the 1950s sounds a lot like jazz. And then over time, it progressed and it changed and it became its own style. And that's why jazz is great, because so many things can branch off of it.
Yes, I often hear the term like funk.
Funk.
What is that?
So, this is fun.
Fun.
I just said
It's fun.
I just said that
Funk is fun,
that
yeah.
rock evolved from jazz, and then later funk evolved from rock. So and then funk went back and influenced jazz. So we have these things that are changing and growing and influencing each other.
So it's also a branch of jazz.
It was a branch of jazz, and now it came back into jazz. And so the funk style has a lot of rock influence and a lot of like backbeats, and it's very heavily into the drums.
Well, it's very rhythmic.
It's very rhythmic. Funk has to be rhythmic and strong.
Very strong beats.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
And I also noticed that some jazz actually was influenced by some countries' culture.
Right. As we said, the U.S. is immigrants, so we have immigrants who came from Africa, and they brought their native musical traditions, as well as those who came from particularly Latin America with the Brazilian, but also from Europe and more now from Asia.
Because I have lived in China for over 10 years, I'm trying to integrate some jazz elements with Chinese traditional music. Because these two styles are very different, are very far apart, and trying to combine them artistically is a very great artistic and musical challenge.
Well, it's great that he's trying this new form, because I think we have a bit of a surprise today, don't we?
Oh, really?
Yes. I think we've invited a special guest to join us.
Oh, who is the special guest?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, Lisa.
Well,
Thank you
surprise.
for your invitation.
Thank you for coming today.
Oh, friend.
When.
See you again.
I thought that maybe you folks might enjoy playing together. You have distinctive styles, but I think they would blend very well.
We could definitely do some jazz, Chinese traditional music in a fusion style.
Yeah, yes.
How about that?
Yes, I think it's a good idea.
Great.
This is ancient instrument, and this is modern instrument. Maybe have some fun.
We can have some fun together.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I could play piano a little, so may I have the privilege of joining you guys?
Absolutely. You come and
That's
play with
great.
us.
Yeah,
Great.
three of
And
us.
I can enjoy
Yes.
the show.
It's a band.
Okay, and then you.
Okay,
Okay.
We try to.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
So hold on, so you start here.
Okay, I start here.
You start.
The guqin from Lingnan is a millennia-old musical tradition that harmonizes man with nature. American jazz, on the other hand, is the embodiment of freedom and spontaneity, seamlessly incorporating diverse influences. There is no greater solace in life than meeting someone who truly understands your soul. When the guqin meets jazz, the harmonious fusion of Eastern melodies and Western rhythms gives rise to an enchanting musical celebration that transcends language barriers. And that is the beauty of music.